Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Aries, the Emperor here. I am back with another general reading for all of my Aries collective. If you guys are new here, welcome. Like I said, this is for all Aries placements. Cross watchers, you are welcome as well. To everyone, do not force the reading if it does not resonate with you. And thank you. Special shout out to all of you guys who do support the channel. If you'd like to connect with me, all of my information is in the description box located down below. The sale, I have not ended it yet because I've been just super busy. I haven't had an opportunity to go on there and end it. So I'm going to let it run through midnight tonight. So if you guys would like to connect or purchase anything from my website, ariestheemperor.com, then all of that information will be down below. Okay. And how's everybody feeling? You know, it's the day after the lunar eclipse. Okay. The blood moon. I've seen a lot of amazing pictures. I'm definitely still feeling the energy. It's quite overwhelming. I must admit, some of you guys out there, you may be feeling some of the same, feelings and emotions. You may be emotional at this time. That's absolutely normal. This is definitely a period where when you normally feel emotions and when you normally feel things and when you normally go through the motions and do things, you're going to feel them. It's going to feel a little extra to you around this time. Okay. All right. So be easy on yourself. I just want to say I'm proud of you. Keep going. You got this. And if ain't nobody told you they love you today, baby, I love you. Okay. Let's get into this read. Let's see what messages come out for you guys in the spread. To those of you who did participate, the candle is actually still burning. I'm going to let it burn until there is nothing left. Okay. As the moon should still be visible tonight as well. So, all right, y'all, this is a new cycle as well as a new week. So let's make the best of it. Messages for Aries spirit. All right, we had a few of them fly out. So the first one is Queen of Wands, which is your energy, Aries energy. And I would look at the Queen of Wands as somebody who is emotional. Fire signs and water signs are the most emotional in the zodiac, but the water signs, they play out that drama in real time. Yours is very different. It's just not just emotions and sensitivity. It's also power and drive. That's coupled with that. So the Queen of Wands, like I said, this could be an emotional time for you, for someone around you or that you're dealing with. You could be an Aries sun, or I'm getting Aries moon energy because the moon does, in fact, rule over your energy. So those of you who are Aries moon may be really feeling it at this time as well, or Pisces moon, I'll say that. All right. But this is definitely a yes for you, Aries. This is definitely a go card. This is definitely a startup, a comeback of some sort, or just a jump start at something here. It's just think about the holidays. Have you ever been in front of a fresh burning fire? It's just the most warming feeling in the world. It comforts you in so many ways. It relaxes you, and when you're most relaxed, that's when things are able to flow through you. And that's kind of how you want to live through life. That's why water is an important part of spirituality, because it's all about going with the flow. You never know what direction water is gonna go. Water can be so calm but so deadly at the same time. It's just all just energy. I feel like is that you possess. And people could, just like the title says, there are a lot of things that have been said about you. Some of these things are unimaginable. You know what I mean? And to you, they may be unimaginable, or like I said, like the title says, unthinkable. Queen of Wands, is an energy of people really pitting against you. You know what I mean? And like an energy of treating you like you don't know any better. I feel like that's the Queen of Wands energy. It's just the energy of, nobody wants to feel like they need to prove themselves, and nobody wants to feel like they're being cast out. because that's the main reason a lot of times that people, that if not the reason, you know what I mean, that people feel like they need to prove themselves, is because they feel like they've been pushed out of society, or if they've been pushed out of a group, or they don't fit in, here, there, or whatever. But the Queen of Wands is the energy of, if you were that type of person, or in that energy once upon a time, it was necessary for that rejection for you to really see and the beauty of where you come from, and what you really a part of, and seeking outside was never it. They really the ones that's on the outside looking in. You've always had the beauty. You've always had the uniqueness. You've always, just been that person regardless. It's a group of them, but it's always going to be one of you. And that's what the Queen of Wands. And for you to have to bury somebody, I would think it would take more than one person to do something like this. And for of what she's called the Phoenix Rising as well, here from ashes, that's a heavy job. You need help to do that type of person. And just for one person, could somebody just really feel that way about you, to the point where, I'm trying to see how to say this. Because the Queen of Wands is so creative. You know what I mean? It's just like, think about this. You move to a new town and you're starting a new school. You're the new kid there. And whoever was the most popular, the best straight A student or whatever, blah, 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 the best artist or whatever, you just came in and knocked the whole school's socks off, including this person. Okay? And now the energy has shifted from this person to you, but there's negativity connected and tied to it, to you, because you're the new guy in town. You know what I mean? It always seems like that, because it's just you, and what you bring is just like, where did you come from? Is how people look at you. It's unthinkable. Like I said, it's unimaginable. And it's just, you yourself are like a planet. Just think of how powerful in the pull that a planet has, and just we'll never be able to visit really any of them, right? In our lifetimes, they're working on Mars, but you have that energy right down here on Earth when you bump and collide into other people or other planets or whatever, like your planet is really giving it. Like in the morning time, yeah, the news is on, and they giving you insights on, don't take this, it's a wreck on I-40, 240 West, avoid traffic jams and all that. You know how to do that, right? You the type of person people got to get on the news and look out for. Baby, they not causing the delays in your life no more. You setting the motherfuckers up. Do you hear me? Because ain't nobody finna slow you down, trip you up, tie you down, fold you up, wet you up. You got places to be. And Spirit gonna make sure you get there on time, baby. Page of Wands energy. Aries energy. And look at this, like this person. These are all like people drawing and artists and painters and I just feel like those are like the most, just some of you guys, just your pen game, your hand game is crazy. It's just like you're getting screenshots from Spirit's mind, from God's mind himself, herself. It's, the beat, just in general, you're getting those actual screenshots and downloads and creating it, on canvases, on papers, in boardrooms, in conferences, you know what I mean? In gardens and in restaurants, museums and libraries and schools and just arenas, auditoriums, just whatever type of artist you are. And whatever you do, you are artist. I don't care if you a janitor, you are artist. You mopping the fuck out of those floors. You making that school look good. You making that building look good in general. It's a representation. What they tell you, it's not what you do, it's how you do. Same with respect. and people can't little guy you. And it is to them is a lot of times, baby, they didn't know what they signed up for. 6 of Cups. This is definitely the unthinkable. Like, woo. I read a meme today that said, I pray for those who are dating Aries. Like, for anybody dating the zodiac sign Aries. And I was like, I laughed to myself, of course. It's funny, right? But I was like, man, F you. You know what I mean? How dare they, Aries? I'm going to pray for you. How about you pray for the Aries? Okay. We also have the 9 of Wands to come out, Sagittarius energy. This could be a Sagittarius you're dealing with, or you could have Sagittarius aspected in your natal chart. Like I said, 6 of Cups is a Scorpio energy. This is an energy of somebody, it's unimaginable. It's unthinkable for them to even think about becoming a memory in your life, a thought, an aftermath. Like, I feel like there's something somebody wants so bad, and this could be you. This could be an energy of somebody, like, it's something that it's unthinkable for, it's hard for them to process within themselves, but it is definitely something that's a reality. And this could be some type of reality that you're coming to. Maybe somebody's fun, but they're not there. It's just not either there's a lack of emotional intelligence or emotional maturity. But something is fun about this. Something is good about this. But something is just, like I said, it's unthinkable. It's just not something that's feasible. With the 9 of Wands, it's going to be like a repeating cycle here, and something. It's exhausting. Or something will become exhausting, or you're just exhausted at this point. I don't know. This is an energy. I also feel like even if you have, I'm just going to say it right out. It feels like somebody feels like they weren't good enough, or they weren't interesting enough for you. It's like an energy somebody feels like they lack. And it's an energy they've never felt this weak at something when it comes to you, or they've never felt like they've lacked in certain areas that you're pointing out to them, certain flaws here that it seems like somebody may not be able to take, or they're not taking them as constructive. All right, we have the Queen of Cups, Cancer energy. Yeah, this is an energy of someone wanting to learn you. Um, it's you teaching someone either how to respect you, how to love you, how to be good to you. This is an opportunity, I feel like, for you to express yourself in a situation, speak up if there's something that is lacking in a situation, or if there's an issue that needs to be addressed. The Queen of Cups is speaking on that, and that's like you really being speaking from the heart. It's something, nothing rehearsed. This is what you've been feeling. Speak it, say it, do it. Like the Queen of Cups is the most intuitive out of all of the queens, and Cancer is the most intuitive sign because it is moon ruled. Okay. All right. So this also may be something that, like I said, that you've manifested here underneath the Pisces moon. So like this is very well an energy of your message being received, being noted. And all right, like I said here, you being sent out to the world here. With the world card, Saturn energy. What cycle did you break this time, Aries? Is like the question that's being spoken about up there in the ethers. And there's about to be some unthinkable things, some things that you probably thought that, you know what I'm saying, that it was either over for you or just, like I said, unimaginable. This is what this time period is about, and this is the time for you to really showcase. And that don't mean publicly. I don't mean you got to throw yourself out there if you're not a public figure, if you're not somebody that's, gearing towards social media or just TV, film, whatever that it takes for you to be on TV. When I say the world, that could be any type of job, hobby, sport, field, whatever, that industry that there is for you to do your thing in this world is what I mean when I say show the world. You know what I mean? And for you to do some unthinkable things. I feel like you've already done some already. All right, we have the Seven of Cups. Uh-oh. So the Seven of Cups is Pisces energy. Thank you for that confirmation, Spirit. And that is also, like I said, look at all these different things all going into one hat, all one world. Like I said, one big melting pot. I say it all the time here, and this is where you fit in it. These are all dreams, she doesn't know if they're going to come true, and at what time is she going to have the opportunity to even work on them. This is a lot of coffee going in here. So a lot of y'all, you probably find it hard to even find time to really sit down and really soak into your creative juices. But that should also be something that you're asking for. The number 7 is on this card here, as the portal was during September 7th. So this is an energy also of you asking for those things, rest and peace, because that is a part of your plan unfolding, resting, honing, rejuvenation, all of that is a necessary step, but at a necessary time. You know what I mean? So. All right, we got the King of Cups and the Two of Wands, Aries energy here. So I definitely see a mate. I've been seeing this. So a lot of you guys are already booed up, shacked up. A lot of you guys are already headed down that road. She's got 2 wands lit here, not one. Dinner reservations, anyone? I ain't mad at you. And Cancer, normally Aries and Cancer aren't well jailed, but it just all depends, like I said, on their, as far as their astrology chart, and yours. Most important would be where your actual love place, what are in your 7th houses, whether they're what's in there, planets or whatever, is really going to define whether or not, or to spell out what your love language is in so many words. So this could be you and a Cancer, or this could be you with Cancer placements. Either way, this here, this is, and I might be getting like an Aries Sun Cancer rising is what I'm getting here, is the energy that you could get, is really what just stood out to me. So I'm going to move on. All right, we have the 6 of Pentacles, Taurus energy. The Queen of Swords, Gemini energy, and the Four of Cups. Cancer energy. What you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. Five of Cups. Scorpio energy. And I was feeling this energy when the Six of Cups came out earlier. I actually thought it was the Five of Cups here. So, like I said, this is an emotional time. So if there are tears you need to shed, shed them. You know what I mean? If you need to cry in the car, cry in the car. You know what I mean? This is necessary, and this is what you are needing to flow through you, because this is what's been pushed out to us, and we are to take in what's good, breathe that in, and push right back out what is no longer serving us. This is what this is all about. Okay? All right. Let me put this Five of Cups down. Look at this. Five of Cups and the Empress is right behind it. Why does this energy keep coming up? Somehow there's like a topic always centered around you in some way, shape, or form here, or there's conversation, or there's critiquing is the energy. Like, this is the word that just came to me. Like, you're a hard leg. You're strict. But if you're so bad, like, then why are these people continuously being drawn back to you, or new people being drawn to you? And it's so strange because you're not a fixed sign. Like, that's the weirdest part about it, Aries. You are a cardinal sign. You're not stuck in any type of energy ever. For any super long period of amount of time, unless it's something serious. I understand, like, depression and mental illness, and accidents and illness. I understand, those types of things, but for the most part, just your genotype, you are not somebody. You're not fixed energy. That's why you're able to do it all. And whoever this is pinning a fixed energy on you, when in fact they could actually be fixed energy, but I'm getting that they're more so fixed in their ways. I'm just getting the energy of somebody like, this is unbelievable. Like, I cannot believe this. Like, that Aries has this, like, I can't believe Aries is like this, or that Aries can do this, or that Aries has done this, or is like, it's just like an energy of somebody that's like, you've done the unthinkable, like, you've put them in an energy like they cannot believe it. The Magician. Just like you see a magic trick and you be like, oh, that was really cool. But no, they don't think that this is so cool. But this could be energy that somebody is stuck on you. These could be people from the past that are still stuck on you, and it's something that's got them just still really in the energy of they can't believe that Aries still has them like this. With the Magician energy, did you put a spell on them, Aries? You could have people saying that about you, that you are a witch, a warlock, a mystic. Well, I'm not gonna say that, but I'll say a dark witch or a dark warlock or something like that. But with the Magician energy and the Four of Cups. You have that energy about you, Aries, like, in the haunted movies, the old man's house on the hill that the kids know to stay away from. It looks abandoned and broken down and all this, and the third, like this, like, that's the type of energy that people trying to put out for you here. And then it could go with a story. Oh, once upon a time, Aries was this so and so, so and so, so and so, but now they just stay hidden in a dark robe, and they sit in a dark room with a dark teacup and a dark cat with dark drapes all dark day long. You know what I mean? Like, it's the type of energy like they trying to paint you out. You could be scary to somebody, but just not necessarily that scary. But that's the example that I have for y'all. Y'all get what I'm saying, right? But the thing about it is, but y'all won't leave the old man in the dark house down the street alone. I ain't never seen him come out his house and bother you. You get what I'm saying, Aries? Knight of Cups, Scorpio energy, like dark. And maybe you may be into dark things, but I don't mean that like dark, like harming others or yourselves. Like I said, people think spirituality can be dark in ways, and there are, dark roads that people do travel down, but that could be something that somebody considers you as dark. Just that simple. Not any you actually sacrificing anything or anybody. But that could really be an energy as well. But Knight of Cups, Scorpio energy. That's what the eighth house symbolizes here. Is people, you have more power than people act like they have than you. If that makes sense. People who come off as they're bigger and badder, when it really comes down to you, Five of Wands, they just like the rest. Knight of Pentacles, Capricorn energy. Uh-oh. The Star, Aquarius energy. The Empress, Taurus energy. The Page of Swords, Aquarius energy, and the Seven of Wands. It came out in reverse. I'll show you guys. You see? And what did I say? Eight of Wands, Sagittarius energy is what you don't see coming at the bottom of the deck. All right, let's just take a second here, okay? First of all, the Empress and the Star, it's giving movie star energy. It's giving best dressed. It's giving most likely to succeed in the actual real world. It's giving the snakes, they didn't have a chance. Collectively, with this energy. I'm going to pull one more before I speak. The Empress and the Star kind of just softened me up a little bit, y'all. I'm not going to lie. Nine of Cups. And the Judgment, Libra energy. Something you ask, something you wished for. Keep asking, Aries. Keep wishing, keep believing, keep asking, keep wishing, keep believing, keep manifesting, keep setting intentions. Keep. I can't say it enough. The Magician, the Empress, the Star, the Nine of Cups, the Judgment. House call, anyone, is what this energy is like, definitely, basically screaming. The Magician, puts the trick together, whether it's the illusion or the conjures up whatever it is, the potion. It gets the audience ready for the finale, for the encore, for the show in general. You know what I mean? This could be the people that work for the people who stand out there and actually put on the show, which could be your spiritual team and your advisors that's up there behind you and up there and out there and around you. You know what I mean? With this magician Aries, I want to say magician Aries, but magician energy. It's definitely what it is here. And not only that, let's keep going. Let's go ahead and set you up. Because like I said, you are the star of the show, right? Aquarius energy. It's thank you to everybody, to all of you guys who have been there and not fucking been there. Thank you. I needed you. Okay. I could not have done this without you. Okay. You are a part of this just as much as I am. And I'm going to sit here and I'm going to give you your flowers. And I'm going to say this to your face. And you can rewind this as many times as you need to. Because like I said, the snakes, can't nobody stop you. You already holding it. This person is already holding the star. And I'm so glad this card ain't naked, because normally these star cards be naked, and tarot card makers, y'all need to work on that. But you see it. They see it too. They know it. They don't want to see it. But at least they know it. That's all they need to know. Empress coming through. Emperor coming through. It's already been a judgment call. The guards are already outside doing their job, making sure you ready to go out there and look at this. Birds. New heights. New frequencies. New views. New you. I'm going to leave this reading here, Aries. Hit that like and subscribe button for more messages from me. I'll catch you guys later. Ciao.